7 years on, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's wedding is still being talked about, but now in a very different light. Once celebrated as a fairy tale moment that modernized the monarchy, the day has been revisited by veteran royal photographer Arthur Edwards, who after decades documenting the royals, finally broke his silence at age 85. What he revealed confirms suspicions that the wedding was less about tradition or love and more about Meghan's control. Edwards described the event not as a royal celebration, but as a Hollywood production. Meghan, he said, didn't act like a bride joining the royal family. She directed the day like a film set, issuing commands, orchestrating timing, and even guiding Harry's movements. Staff were treated like background extras, guests were captured from long camera lenses, and the press felt unwelcome. To Edwards, it was a miserable day, nothing like the warm occasions of Charles, William, or even Edward's weddings. Perhaps his most biting observation was that Harry appeared reduced to a silent follower, trailing behind Meghan and responding to her cues like an obedient sidekick. For a man once known for independence and strength, this image was devastating. Palace aides were shocked by Meghan's authoritative tone, describing it as less like a wedding and more like an audition for power. According to Edwards, Meghan was obsessed with appearances. From her veil tosses to her camera poses, every move looked rehearsed. The royal family acted naturally, but Meghan seemed programmed for the cameras. Even as the public swooned, Edwards noticed the discomfort among senior royals, some visibly irritated by her dominating presence. For the press, the day was equally disheartening. Edwards revealed that not a single one of his pictures was published, largely because Harry was determined to keep the media at a distance. He believed this was punishment for critical coverage Meghan had previously received. What should have been a defining moment for the monarchy instead became a warning sign that Meghan wasn't blending in. She was taking control. Comparisons with other royal brides only made the contrast starker. Where Kate Middleton was praised for humility and grace on her wedding day, Meghan barked orders and demanded perfection. Edwards insisted the event was never about unity or tradition. It was about Meghan crafting an image. In his eyes, the marriage ceremony was not a royal wedding in spirit but a stage-managed spectacle. Years later, Edwards' testimony is rewriting history. The once celebrated modern fairytale is now seen as a carefully polished illusion. Meghan, he says, ran the show, Harry followed, and the royals looked uneasy. For staff, it wasn't a joyous celebration but survival under Meghan's watchful direction. What the world thought was progress in the monarchy, Edwards frames as arrogance and control. The damage for Meghan is profound. She can dismiss tabloid rumors, but not the words of a man who stood in the chapel and has photographed the royals for nearly 5 decades. His account carries weight because he has nothing left to gain. His verdict: the wedding was not love immortalized, but power displayed. And the irony? Meghan and Harry remain two of the most talked about figures in the world, yet their fame is rarely flattering. Headlines focus not on leadership or service, but on scandals, debt, mockery, and failures. Now, with Edward's account, even the wedding that was supposed to cement Meghan's legacy has been recast as evidence of dominance, arrogance, and Harry's submission. In the end, Meghan wanted her wedding remembered as her crowning moment, the beginning of her royal chapter. Instead, Edward's words have transformed it into a cautionary tale. History may not see a love story, but a performance. The fairy tale is gone, and the truth, at least in Edward's eyes, is finally out.